to upgrade their businesses to be more efficient. But you know what they will spend in the next 5 years? $10 trillion in AI technology. What does that mean for mankind? That means a third of the world's jobs will disappear. Just in Europe and US, 300 million people will be let go. Case in point, in the spring, Google laid off 2,000. They only need 4 people with 1 AI to do what 2,000 did. They laid off 145,000 IT in the summer. I have a leader that she's an all-state recruiter. They had 70 recruiters, and AI came in and they went, I don't know. And they said, don't worry, that'll just make your job more efficient. No. In 6 months, 60 of them were gone. Every day, it is going to it'll affect everything in the world. From research, movies, accounting. In fact, I was reading this the other day. It says, according to the World Economic Forum, 39% of existing skill sets are expected to become outdated by 2030. The world as you know it today will not be the same in the next 10 to 20, 30 years. Your children and grandchildren will live in an unrecognizable world. There will be robots stocking Walmart shelves before 2030. There will be 1 billion robots. People will have robots in their home to cook for them, clean for them, drive for them. I was in Austin recently, and I saw this car. Antoinette and I were there. We watched this car drive up, and this person got out and said, "Where's the driver?" There was no driver, and the car took off, and Antoinette says, "I'm not getting in that car." I'm not getting in that car, you know. But they're doing tests. Watch what's happening. Watch what's happening. You know, but you know what the great thing is our industry is safe because it's done in heart. And let me tell you what happens. Human to human, face to face, belly to belly, relationships are irreplaceable. A robot can't do that. And the world needs us. Recruiting requires rapport and listening skills, personal mentoring, teaches newbies what they need to know, coaching through life's ups and downs. AI and robots will not replace human relationships. Networking is a safe harbor in a turbulent sea. So with that being said, this is also another trend. Our business is counter-cyclical to the economy. When I was in my other industry, I built 2 organizations during recessionary times. When people are out of work, more people are looking for other choices. And so what we now have is the perfect storm. We have a new company emerging. I mean, is this amazing company? Did Kim do an amazing job? Sam said, I could follow this lady to the ends of the earth. I'm still learning. You know, I've never made 100 million. I've made millions, but I've never made 100 million. But on this platform, I know I can. And you can too. You know, success is a mind game. That's all what it is. But there's certain ways that we're going to talk about how to work smart, not hard. Would you like that? There's some strategy about this. You know all the numbers and everything else. But during those times in my last company, I just outworked people. I just said, when I moved to Texas, they had 100,000 people. I moved from California to Texas. The oil boom crashed. It was late 80s. And people said to me, "Oh man, why are you living here? Everybody moved out of town." I looked around and said, "Opportunity. They need me." You know, it's just like you had 2 shoe salesmen. There was one shoe salesman that went to Africa, and he went over there and he said, "Wow, bad market. Nobody wears shoes. I'm going home." And so the shoe company sent another shoe salesman and looked around and said, "Hey, great market. Nobody wears shoes." You see, it's all the way you look at it. You see? And so this is such an opportunity. And so I don't want you to get hung up just like Kim talks about. She was so brilliant. It's your head that messes you up. And it's a fear of rejection. in what will people think of you. We all go through that. That's just the learning curve you learn to deal with. And you get your 2-inch thick skin on, rhinoceros skin. Like, oh, things, no, so what, next. You know, and that's the way. I never worry about who says no, but I worry about who I might miss. I'm looking for those people who are getting laid off now. You see, you are in this perfect storm. We're in this new company. We're ready to go up. And then we have these millions of people looking for opportunity. I know another big group in this group that are in their 60s. The older people get laid off too. They're more vulnerable. And they're going, I don't have enough money for my retirement. What happened? And don't you hate it? You worked for a company for 30 years and they say, you're no longer needed, or you're just about ready to go and your retirement's taken away. They give you no warning. And with AI, it's going to be worse. And even young people are looking for opportunity. So with this, we're going to build an organization, right? We're going to find people. We got to identify people, because what you want to do is the greatest leader of all builds the most leaders. So we are going to build a board of directors. You're going to make a list. You're going to make a list of everybody you know. Now, if you've made a list before and you've gone through, make a new list. You know, where do you get the people? They're in Facebooks through friends and friends. You warm chatter every single day. I meet people. I was in my Uber yesterday. Simone, who's here today, signing up. Stand up, Simone. Yeah, right there. You know, I'm asking questions. You know, this is what I do. I talk to people every day. We get paid to talk. That's all we do. We get paid to talk, and we interact. Some people say to me, "Oh, don't you have to have a special script?" No, I just connect with people. Just like, you know, Kim was saying, it's the connection, the heart. Write this down. One of the first things you're going to say, because we're going to build a board of directors. The first thing I'll say to people, tell me about yourself. And when I said to Simone yesterday, I said, how long have you been driving the Uber? Oh, 3 years. You know, and I said, what did you do before? And she says, well, I took care of my family. And I said, are you planning to do this forever? Listen to that. Are you planning to do this forever? Think about that. And they go, well, no. I said, well, what would you really like? What would you really like to do? She said, and now I got a phone call and I'm talking to somebody else because I'm multitasking. I got a lot of people I'm dealing with, which is a good thing. And she gets up, she gets my bag, and she said, no, wait a minute, what was that thing what was you doing? Tell me. And I said, absolutely, here's my card. Give me your number. You know, I said, I have an opportunity meeting tomorrow. Would you be open to coming and listening? And I might have a solution. Because what she said to me, I really want to build a farm where I could do organic plantings and do all this stuff. I said, I have a solution. Would you be open? They could help you make money to build that farm. You see, I was finding out what her needs were. You see, this is, too many of you talk too much. It's called verbal vomit. You know, Kim has talked to you all about. I'm going to repeat this because you get so nervous. Just like she says, you start to go, you know, and you don't want to talk because you want the perfect script. I didn't say it right. It doesn't matter. Just be authentic. Be authentic. You know, when I even go to a restaurant, I may say, everybody is my prospect. Everybody, from the waitress to the owner, which I'll talk more about that in a second. But, you know, I may say something to the owner. I'm surveyed. I'm on the hunt. I'm a big game hunter. I'm looking for people. And I'm watching how people walk, act, talk. I don't want anybody on my team that's just slow. How's it going? Oh, I don't know, just getting by. No, I don't want that kind of person. I love them. They could be a product user, but I'm a big game hunter, looking for leaders who are going to be in my board of directors because I am building a business. You saw that tree that Kim was talking about? You can do customer, 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 but wouldn't it be great if you got 10 great leaders on your team? Oops, there we go. Is that 8? Yeah, 10. Okay. You want to find people that walk fast, act fast, have influence. They're business owners. They're hungry, as Les Brown would say. They're hungry, So I start asking questions. Tell me about yourself, like I did Simone. And then the next question, I'll say, what do you love or dislike about your life now? I'm finding out what they like, what they don't like about their life, and what would you really like? What would be the dream career? What would your dreams be? Those 3 questions, I can find out a lot. And when I ask those particular people that, I will get 4 responses. We have 4 personalities. There's a dominance personality, and I will say to a dominance, a D. I'm not going to go into all that training, but just in a snapshot, that dominance personality will say to me 1 or 2 things. The dominance will tell me how great they are. They'll say, oh, I've been this, I've been the manager, I've been in charge of this, I'm so great. Or they will say, what do you want to know? The controlling situation. I know I have a D. What do they want? They want money and they want power. They want opportunity. They want to be in charge. That's somebody I want on my team. Okay? And then we have the I's, the influencers, the ones, the cheerleaders. They're excited. They're in there for the recognition. They're the cheerleaders. The I's get the idea. The I's sell it. And then we have the SC's. S are steadiness, compliance. Their biggest fear is loss of security. So what do they like about this comp plan? They like the passive residual income, something they do one time that generates passive residual income month after month after month after month because it's security. And the C's, of course, are critical, analytical, and when I say to them, and the S, let me go back. The I, when I say, tell me about yourself, they'll tell you their life story. They'll tell you everything. I was born here. I have a boyfriend, had a boat. I didn't like to sail, so I didn't know if I wanted to marry him. And so you hear their life story, and you go, I. Okay. The S will tell you, tell me about yourself. They'll tell you, I have 2 kids. I'm married. Everything's about family. First words out of their mouth, family. And the last one is when the C, they'll tell me every degree that they've ever had. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a PhD. Much like a D, but they're more critical, analytical. They work really hard for that. So here's the reality. In those personalities, we have DIs are about 20%, and 80% are the SCs. So now I want to build an organization fast. Well, the characteristics of an SC, SCs want to learn everything first. And I'm looking for racehorses. I'm not looking for a nag. Not that SCs are nags. I'm just saying, think about it. If you're going to start a race, do you want to have a racehorse or someone is coming behind? Are you with me? It takes you 2 years to groom a nag. It takes you 2 years to develop an SC personality. There's exceptions. Does everybody get me? So I want to work smart, not hard. So I'm looking for DI personalities. And so why do I want that? Because one good business builder will bring 1,000 people in or more. Kim, I want Kim. She says she wants me, I want her. And I want Samson. I want Lance. I want all these people on my team. Would you like to have all those on your board of directors? Yeah. So we have to find those people. But unfortunately, so now imagine if all of them do 1,000 or more, what is that? 10,000. As 10,000. Not 1 customer, 2 customers, 3 customers, 4 customers, 5 customers. No worries, it's all good. But would you rather go fast or slow? Slow is hard, fast is easy. Fast is easy. So you got to think differently if you want to build and move on. And so, but here's the deal. Even with those personalities, here's the Harvard studies. 1% write their goals down. 3% have their goals in their head. But 67 daydream, and 29% have no goals. So who are you talking to? Most of you. You talk to 96% of these people who daydream and have no goals, and you let them they determine your paycheck. Because they're the friends that say, oh, why would you want to do this? Are you sure you don't have enough time with your family? They're daydreamers. Oh no, I've heard, is that one of those things? I don't know. And so you get caught up, I don't know if I can do this or not, because you're talking to the wrong people. You want to be talking to the top 4%, the ones that have the goals. They're smart. And that they have a bigger vision. They're business owners. They're people that walk in a party and people all runs over. Oh, it's Joe. Look, oh, Joe, we're so glad to see everybody surrounded Joe. I'm looking for people who have list of names. It could be the person at the church that has everybody's name. She does the potlucks. She has a list of the roster. Are you with me? She could be the PTA president, somebody that's in charge. When I go to a restaurant, I'm going to say to the manager, oh, I'm watching it. I'm like, the big game hunter, I'm looking, I'm watching, I'm hunting. And I see this manager, the owner, and I'm going to say, wow. So I'm going to go up there and say, wow. Elizabeth, I really see you're really running this company. I mean, this restaurant, it's so organized. You're really in charge. A great service, amazing. You do an amazing job. They must pay you a lot of money. Well, thank you, but not really. What? Well, I can't even believe that. You know what? You'd probably be great in our business. We're looking for leaders for our new company in the health and wellness industry. And he said, well, what do you do? I said, well, I know you're very busy. I know you don't have time, but let me get your information. Exchange cards. I don't go into, oh, we have all these products, blah, 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 blah. I just said, I'm respecting the time. I said, I'm looking for leaders that want to make 6 figures and above and create their own businesses. Would you be open to this? I might have a solution for you. Just exactly what Kim was saying. I was going like, that's just what I say. Great minds think alike. And he goes, well, thank you. We exchange. I'm not looking for the dishwasher. You get this? Because we have an attraction principle. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm looking for 1, 2, 3s that are like up here. 1, 2, 3s can recruit any one of these people, all the way down to the non-dreamers, whatever. The 8, 9s, and 10s cannot recruit a 1, 2, and 3. The 1, 2s, and 3s can recruit all the way down, but these people cannot recruit up. Because these people, the daydreamers, and the people with no goals, do want what they have, so they reach up. But the 1, 2s, and 3s, they look down and they say, well, you're not on my level of thinking. I think bigger. It's an attraction principle. So you want to be focused on these people who think abundantly, because when you are building your board of directors, well, when you're building the board of directors, these people will attract their other people like them. So now we have another 10,000. Everybody get this? Another 10,000. Attraction principle. We attract who we are, not who we want. And so now they're bringing more in. They're bringing more in. I got an Elizabeth here. Amazing star from another platform. But she is a go-getter. I mean, you talk to her. Oh yeah. And by the way, I have this list, and I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got this call, and I'm going, okay, yeah, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. That's who I'm working with. I spend 80% of my time on my top 20%. I love all my people, and they know it. But I work with my top 20%, the ones that produce. Do you understand? Because I love my people, but they're not ready to move yet. And I have a goal. I don't want them controlling my paycheck. I do think about it. See, you spend too much time. This is about business, okay? This is hard. But I want you to get it. You can't save the world. Mother Teresa, one of the great saints of the world, what did she do? She walked the streets of India, walked down all these poor people in the ditches, and she said, come on with me. Come on, get up. She cannot physically carry them. But she said, come with me. And some rose up to walk with her. Others did not. She had to let the rest die. Because she physically couldn't carry them. And you can't either. And so when someone says to me, we have this in our business. We have 100 wine. People call me 100 wine. My dog died, and my family this, and all my children. I'm going, listen, first of all, I'm not a licensed psychologist, so I just say, you know what? I love you, and I really want to help you, but, since I'm not an expert, I can help you with your business. Why don't we look on Google, we can find the psychologist that maybe can help you with your problems. Let's go over here and do this. Because I don't have time to do that. And so I release it. Are you with me? Because you can get stuck. And it's wasted time. You're a game hunter, right? You're looking for the big people that are going to be your board of directors. I mean, just like Apple, Amazon, don't they have a board of directors? They have the smartest people on their boards that are giving ideas. So you have to think business. I want smart people. What did Kim do? She brings her 40 millionaires over. Smart. I had a non-compete, darn. I couldn't be, but smart. That's what you do. You bring your leaders. Now I'm catching up with some of my leaders. My non-compete's over now. Thank you. Sutra. All right. Are you kind of getting this with me? I want you to think big, abundance, not scarcity thinking. And so when these people are trying to suck me down like the crab pot, they never put a lid on when you have crabs in the pot. And when one crab starts to climb up, all the other crabs pull it down. Yeah, I'm going, no, I don't want to be. I'm the crab that got out. That's average people. Most of the people are average. That's the way they think. They still remembering what their parents said, what told them money's bad. And so, you carry that with you. You carry that with you, thinking, I don't want to succeed, and what would people think? And don't talk to strangers. I talk to strangers every day, and they don't bite. My thick rhinoceros skin, they go, because when you're driving your Rolls Royce on Sunday afternoons, you can look over in the pasture at the lazy moving cows. The average people who don't want to do anything, they're chewing the cud, and then you see the chickens on the ground scratching. Corn. Who wants that? I don't want to look at the menu, just like Kim said. I go in there and I could totally relate to Kim. I remember when I was making gazillion dollars, and I just go in the store and say, yeah, I like those shoes, but actually I'll take 3. And then I go and buy these St. John net suits, and I go this, oh yeah, I dropped $5,000 or $10,000 in the afternoon, but who cared? I had $90,000 left that month. So it's all relative. You know what I mean? I like to live that way. I don't want to, but it's not just me. It's like you can give back. What I loved about Kim, I was looking at her Chinese book the other day, and her story was so magnificent where she came from. But that gazillion dollars. And what is she do? She's building orphanages, building schools, and duplicating and teaching her people to do the same thing. Service, being a servant leader to the world. That's what she's come out for. It's not just about you. And when you find out it's not about you, you will have it all. But you have to work smart. And you can't waste your time with the chickens and the people that don't have goals. And don't you, this is something else that always bugs me. You ever notice you go to someone and say, you go to a party, you come in and say, hi, how are you? Oh, you just wouldn't believe it. No, that is not what that means. When you say, how are you? It's just a nice saying. It doesn't mean that you get to dump on the person with all their personal problems. Isn't that true? I'm just like, oh, no, thank you very much. I just say, get away. Now I know that there are people we do have, and my people know I'm very empathetic. I do love my people. That's not, but I'm talking about David Downer. Is that always that person? And I don't want to recruit people that don't like people, because this is a people business. If anybody says, I don't like people, I said, yeah, this isn't for you. This is for people who love people, that want to inspire and build people up. It's asking questions, connecting with them. I love Simone yesterday. She jumped right out of the car. Tell me more. Hungry. In a dream. I said, would you come here in the morning? She said, yes. And she showed up. That tells me, good. These are the people I'm looking for. But I want you to get that concept, because if you narrow in and identify the needs of each of these people that are hungry, the go-getter. Oh, what is a go-getter? A go-getter is someone that gets the most done. That's the characteristic. The one that gets the most done. So when you're making your list, go make this list, and then pick out your top 10 people and tonight and say, who do I know that's a go-getter? That one has the most influence, and you're going to put them on your list. Maybe they will be interested, maybe not. Next, add another list. You just don't stop and cry. You just get up or look in the Google for your psychiatrist. And this is the last thing I want to say, because I only have so much time. If someone tries to make you feel guilty, this is what you say. Apparently, I want this more for you than you want it for yourself. Mm-hmm. And when you are ready and you want to build a business, I'll be right here for you. But I'm not going to try to force you. But I'll be here when you're ready. You've released and you put the responsibility on that person. Does that make sense? Now, so they can't complain you didn't help them. Because they will do that. They'll try to tell you didn't help me. You know, I didn't get training. No, there's plenty of training. You just didn't show up. The people that show up go up. So you have to be really discerning. And your time is valuable. And the next 18, 24 months are critical. You can't waste another minute. You can't spend another year thinking about what you're going to do. And it's going to be after my kids get out of school. You lost the wave. You've got AI technology. Do you think out of the 300 million people, there are 10 people for you, for your board of directors? Yes. But you got to get out of your house. You got to start connecting with people. Facebook, talking to everybody. Your Uber driver, your restaurant guy, wherever you go, your hairdresser, wherever you go. I don't do business with people that don't do business with me. Think about that. And then you try to talk to them, they go, oh no, I don't like it. So, well, maybe I do my services someplace else. Think about that. Let's be real about it. But look for business owners, go-getters. Don't try to save the world. Because no matter how much time you put into it, they will not move until they're ready. See, this is the deal. They may be ready next year, but you don't have time. You can't be sitting around waiting. And that's what you do too. You wait, and someone says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to sign up. Or when I get my money together, and then you shut down and don't do anything because you're waiting. So they're controlling your paycheck. You see, you got to keep moving. And then they will fill in as they go along. Are you with me? And you need to be talking to 10 people every day. Not one a week. You need to have people, get them to your leaders, so that this is all you do in this business. It's a simple business. You talk to people, you prospect them, you present, and you enroll. And then you put them on onboarding. Repeat, prospect, present, enroll. Next, repeat. That's all you do. And it's a boom, boom, boom. You should be recruiting 5 people a week. If you did 5, if you got 10 names every day, for 5 days, that'd be 50 names, right? Just connecting. Hey, listen, a third will blow you off. Wrong number. Flake. You know, don't get upset. A third will say, yeah, call me back later. I'm just busy this week. You get a third. They will go onto the Zoom and the presentation. And you recruit 1 or 2. But doesn't mean the others are not going to do it. It means not this week. And then, but now you don't stop with your 10. You got to be putting 10 more in your system the next day. And the next day. I did this building city after city. I moved to Houston, didn't know one person in that city. And I got up every day and walked out, went to Starbucks. I sat in Starbucks. And that's how I recruited Kimberly Starr in Chicago. I was in Chicago. I moved there. I didn't know anybody. I said, if it's up, and I was a national sales director. Now most nationals would have said, whoa, I've arrived. Not me. I want to be the top of the nationals. I want to be inner circle. So I just need more numbers. So, see, top people like Kim, Samson, myself, Lance, all this, we're willing to do what others are not. We're willing to be inconvenienced. Are you? That's what makes the difference. We do the 3 words, and then some. So when I went down to the Aubon Bakery in Chicago, big oil place, I go every day between 11 and 1, when all the people came out of the restaurants and their offices, and they go down to have their food, and I'm sitting there pretending like I'm doing business. Yeah, I am. You look for my big game hunters, business people I'm looking. And I see Kimberly walk in, she's going, da, 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 da. And she's sharp. She's beautiful, but I don't say beautiful. You don't ever want to say something, they get insulted. Oh, you're beautiful, gorgeous. No, they think you're hitting on them or something, whatever, I don't know. But you don't want to do that. And so I saw her, and I said, oh my gosh, excuse me for me. I didn't mean to be rude or forward. I couldn't help but notice you. You're so sharp. You look so professional. What do you do? I'm asking the question again. What do you do? Oh, well, thank you. I'm an chemical engineer. I said, I knew it. I knew you were a professional. I said, I don't want want you to think I'm crazy or anything, but I was just over here having my cup of coffee, doing some work, hunting, and hunting, and she said, I said, I just moved here and I'm looking for leaders. I'm a national sales director with Mary Kate. And she didn't know what national meant. It could have been National Car Hertz Rental, whatever. And she didn't know what that meant. And she said, well, I said, I just moved here. I'm building leaders. I'm looking for people that want to be leaders and build teams of women in Mary Kay Cosmetics. She said, well, thank you. Well, some people have talked to me, but they would just talk to me about doing those parties. I said, well, I'm not talking about that. You have to do some parties in the beginning, learn the business, but we've got this big income, big picture, leadership roles. Oh, well, I'd be interested in that. You see, but other people think small. And that's almost like you saying, you're talking all the way about the product. You're not telling the big picture, the big story. I'm talking about business first. What is it? It's the product. That's the tool. I'm not an expert on the product. I can't even pronounce the words. That's Dr. Dan's job. My job is to build people and teams of people. Do you get this? And if I was a walking encyclopedia and knew everything, I would make my job look hard. And they say, oh, I couldn't do it like you. I'm not as smart like you. Do you see? Don't make your job look hard like you're so an expert. You just make your job look easy. Paint the big picture. And because you are looking for these people that think bigger than the average people that are 96%, 29%, the dreamers and people who have new goals. So don't ever let those people destroy your dreams, because they will attract other people and you will grow faster and quicker. That's why Kim and Samson have built faster. She brings 40 millionaires in. They get it. They're already trained. And then what they find other people. It's an attraction principle. Do you get this? This is important for you to understand. Don't just be trying to save the world. Save those that are looking for opportunity. But you got to connect with them. Ask them questions. What do they do? What do they want? What are their dreams? I might have a solution. We're looking for leaders. Paint the big picture. Opportunity. Because all these people are going to be laid off. 300 million people. And our company's going into momentum. We have to have a sense of urgency. Wake up. I've been on the road since the 1st of March. And I think I'm going home tomorrow. I don't know where I'm going. I may be going to Houston to see another big hitter. I don't know yet. But I'm moving around. And I want you to get that. I want you to get your running shoes on. Jump up in the morning. I'm invincible. Get the 2-6 kid on. It has some, no classical music in the morning. No, it's flash dance. You can do it. YMCA. You got to get yourself pumped up. Boom, 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 boom. So when you pick up that phone and you want to do text voice messages so they can hear you, feel you. Wow, what's this going? You don't have to say the perfect words. You're just excited. You get home tomorrow morning, tonight, you go, oh, I was just at this meeting. And this is what you say. I just returned at this amazing leadership meeting. And they asked me to be one of their leaders. And my millionaire trainers asked me to select some people I felt would be really great leaders on our team. Would you be open to hearing about this opportunity? See, nobody follows a parked car. You gotta get going. If you're just sitting there learning paralysis analysis, I'm getting ready, I'm gonna learn, I can't get started yet. You don't have to know everything. You learn while you're earning. You just get in the car and go, we're going. Come on. Everybody, let's go. And this is passion, this excitement. You sell hope. It's the vision that you give to people because they don't have hope anyplace else. Now, think about it. Do you do that? Or you just say, I just joined this company and I'm just so excited about the product. And this Revive really helped me a lot. And, you know, Darnell, I sleep better. I'm going to live forever. And you ever go, yeah. You know, but no, you got to be passionate. Think of your voice. Go record yourself. Would you record yourself? Yeah. I mean, you have to be enthusiastic. Not at this, la, 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 la. Yeah, la, la, la. You got to be, hi.